So, guys, full time from Old Trafford, Manchester United 1, Chelsea 1. Your full time reaction from the Premier League on this Sunday evening, in where, we needed the win, we needed the points, we needed the result today, and we really needed to start climbing up that Premier League table with Manchester United currently averaging about 12th to 13th in the current standings in the Premier League table this season. A 3 points was a must today, and we all thought we had it. Obviously, it's a Stonewall penalty. The Sanchez foul on Rasmus HOJLUND is a clear Stonewall penalty. I think the penalty was correctly rewarded. The only thing I didn't like about the penalty was how long it took the referee and VAR to make that decision. And when you get the lead, you think to yourself, let's build on the momentum. Let's build on the lead we've got. Let's try and close the game out. Let's try and find the second goal to win the game and claim all 3 points, where it was probably looking very, very unlikely today from Manchester United. But the lack of defending again from the Chelsea equaliser is absolutely pathetic from Manchester United to allow Moses Caicedo to be allowed that amount of free room on the edge of your penalty area and is allowed to unleash a free shot outside the box and is allowed to score from the angle he's been allowed to score at. The defending is absolutely embarrassing, and people are pinpointing this on Manuel Ugarte, blaming Ugarte for the equaliser and allowing that moment of sloppy defending to go down as Ugarte's fault. I am not blaming Ugarte. I don't think it's Ugarte's fault. I am not blaming him for that equaliser. I allow Manchester United to be taking the blame, and I blame all those players. You shouldn't be leaving a player of the quality like Moises Caicedo on the edge of your penalty area. I can't believe no one's seen him unmarked. I can't believe he's been seen on the edge of your D. I can't believe he's basically been allowed to have a free shot on goal. And I can't believe, really, in my view, how VAR have not looked at that Chelsea equaliser, because I've watched this goal back. I've watched it back about 2 to 3 times. And in my view, the goal should be ruled out for offside. I think Chelsea have absolutely robbed a point. I don't think the goal should stand. I think the goal is clearly in offside. And I can't believe VAR and the referee have not looked at it. And for me, what I'm trying to bang my drum about is when the shot is unleashed, Mykhailo Mudryk is in the eye line of the goalkeeper's vision. And clearly, Mudryk is blocking Onana's vision to the Caicedo shot. And clearly, the ball has ended up in the back of the net because Onana has been left completely blindsided of the Caicedo shot on goal because Mudryk is in the eye of the goalkeeper. He's in the line of the vision. And I can't believe that goal has been allowed to stand. And it doesn't take away from the poor, pathetic defending from those set of Manchester United players to allow that attacking opportunity to happen in the first place. I can't believe none of those Manchester United players anticipated that Caicedo was free on the edge of the box. It's not fucking good enough. That game was winnable today. Chelsea were there for the taking, and Manchester United haven't taken it. It's absolutely embarrassing defending. When you get a 1-0 lead, you don't need to throw it away. Don't do anything stupid and allow that attacking opportunity to happen on your goal. I just can't believe he's been allowed all that space. I can't believe not one Manchester United player in our own penalty area has realised that Caicedo is on the edge of your box, completely unmarked. Why has not one Manchester United player noticed it? It's because they're all trying to man mark all the other Chelsea players in your penalty area. And we're trying to prevent a moment where they get us an equaliser from that corner. And again, I don't understand why people are on the backs of Ugarte. It's not his fault. The defending is down to all of them for not anticipating that they've got a massive Chelsea player on the edge of your box. I blame all of them for allowing that opportunity to happen in the first place. And I can't believe no one's noticed that, this shot is a powerful one and it does go in. And for me, that should still have been saved. I think, again, it's down to poor goalkeeping. But again, I think Onana's vision's been completely blocked because Mudryk is clearly standing in an offside position. And you've got Gary Neville banging on his drum. Oh, Mudryk jumps out the way. Mudryk moves out the way. I completely disagree. Mudryk is in the eye of the goalkeeper's vision. He's clearly standing in the goalkeeper's line of thought. And the goalkeeper has seen the shot late from Caicedo because Mudryk is blocking his vision. So Gary Neville can anticipate that his decisions and his views and opinions are always bang on correct. But I completely disagree that Mudryk jumps out the way. Mudryk is in the line of the goalkeeper's vision. That goal should be ruled out for offside. VAR and the referee have clearly missed an absolute trick here by not looking back at that Chelsea goal. Because if that was another club and that was another goal scored against them, they would be going over to the VAR monitor and looking at it. I can't believe they've allowed that goal to stand. It's absolutely disgusting, disgusting cheating going on in the Premier League. He's clearly marked Onana's vision, and Caicedo's allowed to get that shot on goal because Onana's been left blindsided. There was nothing the goalkeeper could do. Soon as the shot was unleashed, it ended up in the back of the net so quickly. And that was because I don't think Onana anticipated Caicedo shooting from outside the penalty area. And the problem is all our players are bunched inside our own penalty area, trying to man-mark all these other Chelsea players, trying to prevent Avon from getting a header or a shot on goal from the existing corner. You don't leave that amount of space on your penalty area. You need to be realising not all those Chelsea players are going to be in that penalty area. I just can't believe how lazy that defending is. And again, if you want to blame Agate, go and blame Agate. But what was Agate meant to fucking do? At least he's doing his job. At least he's doing the role that he was brought in to do. At least he's actually trying to prevent a Chelsea goal. At least he's trying to prevent an equaliser. And at least he's actually doing his job, where he's got all those other lazy bastards standing around him in the penalty area doing absolutely fuck all to prevent that Chelsea attack. Agate, to his credit, does his defensive role. He does his job. He clears the opportunity away. It's just unfortunate that that situation has ended up on the end of Caicedo's foot to allow the Chelsea equaliser to happen. And you can't blame Agate for that. At least he's doing his defensive job. At least he's trying to get the ball out of danger. Don't you dare go and blame Agate. Manchester United did not anticipate Caicedo's on the edge of the penalty area. Either those Man United players need to get their fucking eyes tested at Boots or fucking Specsavers and realise, how has one of you not noticed that Caicedo's on your edge of the penalty area? Why is everyone allowing him in all that space? Why are all those Man United players allowing a free shot on goal? It's absolutely pathetic defending. You can't teach that. A five-a-side team full of 5- and 6-year-olds could defend that so much better. You don't leave that space. You don't leave that shooting opportunity on your goal outside your own penalty area, because if that falls to your opposition player, it's going to end up in the back of the net. It is pathetic and embarrassing defending from Manchester United once again to clear the ball away from danger. I am not blaming Agate. It's not Agate's fault. It's just a shame that all the other players around him don't step up. It's a shame that a fucking new signing is showing up these players. It's frustrating that a lot of these players around him aren't fucking good enough to defend that goal. It is pathetic. And I can't believe when it's too late to realise that Caicedo's got all that space, why does none of those Manchester United players bother to close the shot down? Why has no one tried to put a tackle in? Why has no one tried to put a foot out and block the shot? Why have none of those Manchester United players reacted to try and close that attacking opportunity down? It's because they're too lazy. They are fucking lazy players who can't be asked to do their job. And this is the problem. Ruud van Nistelrooy had no choice but to pick the same team today. He had no choice again. He's got a lack of options. And again, that is down to the injuries, but the injuries are no excuse. But when you've got players that cannot defend and you've got players who can't close down the opposition and close down their attacking opportunities, you are going to concede a goal. You're going to concede that set. You're going to concede that piece of attacking play, and it's going to end up in the back of your net. That is on the defence. That is on the midfield. The amount of options we had in our penalty area, man marking those Chelsea players, 2 or 3 of them should have been communicating, realising, shit, Caicedo's on the edge of our box here. What if the ball falls to him? And it's too little too late, because they've realised, yeah, he was on our penalty area there. Why on the edge of the penalty area? Why is no one surrounding him? Why is no one near him? Why is he being allowed to be given all that free roaming space to have a shot on goal. That is simple defending that needs to be taught better. And I do blame for giving that set piece away. I blame for allowing Chelsea to get a corner out of that attacking opportunity. Not one player has bothered to try and keep that ball in play. We've allowed Chelsea to win that corner. No one's bothered to try and at least prevent a corner from happening. It's because Chelsea, for me, in the last 10 to 15 minutes, was so much the better team. So much the better team. The quality of Cole Palmer, the introductions of Enzo Fernandez and Caicedo, Chelsea was so much the better team in the last 15 to 10 minutes, was so much better, had more of the attacking chances, had more of the attacking opportunities, and the more chances they get and the more opportunities they have, they will eventually take one. And unfortunately, again, Caicedo has rescued them a point. Someone who wasn't really in the game today. Chelsea weren't exactly that great in my view. Chelsea are a very, very up and down team. They win one and then they drop points. They win again and then they drop points. They've not really got that consistency. They've not really got that form that speaks volumes about the club that they are slowly but surely starting to become. Chelsea were there for the taking. They were absolutely there for the taking. Because in my view, in the first half, I thought we were way better. I thought, we were creating the better of the chances, the better of the opportunities. I thought we had more of the possession. I thought we had more of the ball. I honestly thought Manchester United, do you know what? There was an opportunity there to win that game and win the game quite heavily on a heavy scoreline. But unfortunately, again, I think the team selection has really now starting to come to fruition that the left-back situation is now a major problem. And I think, again, when you have got Marcus Rashford and Garnacho in the same front three, who one of them is in a favoured position, one of them is in an out-favoured position. How are Manchester United meant to create an attacking threat? How are Manchester United meant to create service for the strikers when we've got two wingers who are both right-footed, who are preferred on the left more than the right, and one of them, again, is having to be played out of position? I think the team selection, that is on Ruud van Nistelrooy. I think there was an opportunity today to make that team a lot more of an attacking threat. I think Ruud van Nistelrooy, for me, has missed an absolute trick by not picking Amad Diallo. And I'm fearing for his Manchester United career because he's clearly not been given the chance. He's clearly not going to get given that opportunity. I think Manchester United rate Garnacho, Rashford and Antony more than what Amad's doing. And I can't understand that. I can't justify that. I thought Marcus Rashford, again, should have been dropped today. There is no excuses from that football club that Marcus Rashford should be starting that game today. He was very poor on Wednesday night against Leicester in the Carabao Cup fourth round. He didn't really influence the game in any tradition to get the result on Wednesday night. He did fuck all today and it gets dragged off on the 65th minute. That substitution should have happened at half-time. Why are we ignoring the quality of Amad? Clearly, there's an issue there. Marcus Rashford has got to be given game time, and I don't understand it. I can't justify Rashford getting all this game time. I'm really sorry, I can't. I can't justify it because I think it's unfair that Amad is getting ignored every fucking game. He's not been given that opportunity from the start. He's always got to come on as a late substitute. I don't understand why he's not starting games because the front three looks so fucking unbalanced when you've got no left-footed right winger in that team. I don't understand why Rashford has to be continued to play on the right. It's not working. And I think Manchester United are just shooting themselves in the foot. Marcus Rashford is no good on the right, but we are carrying on to do it. We're not willing to change. We're not willing to drop him from the team. And I don't understand it. I can't justify why he's getting the game time he's getting because I think Amad, it's about time that he starts proving his worth because Amad Diallo is a quality world-class player. He's a quality winger with a great left foot and he can do so many things when he gets the ball. But when he's not getting an opportunity and when he's not been given a chance to fucking prove it, he's always being benched. He's never started from the start. I'm sorry to say, I can't justify the team selection. There was an opportunity to fucking change things up dramatically today. And no one wants to do it. Not one person in that football club was, for me, didn't try and tell Ruud, we need to change this front three. It's not working. The right wing position is a fucking problem, but you're ignoring Amad. What has Amad Diallo done wrong, by the way? Can I just justify this? Why is Amad Diallo the person in the wrong? It's not his fault he's not getting picked. It's not his fault he's not getting selected. There's clearly a thing at that football club where certain players are having to start every week. And I'm sorry, I think that's wrong. I think that's disgusting, because when players aren't performing and aren't stepping up, what the hell are you meant to do? Realistically, as a football club, when your attacking front three is drying up with goals and there's no goals in the team and the front three aren't getting those goals, why is no one calling that out? I think again, there was clear favouritism in that lineup today. There was clear favouritism in that lineup. And I don't think it's right. I think it's an absolute disgrace that Amad Diallo is not getting used enough. He's not been given an opportunity. He's not being allowed to show his quality, because Marcus Rashford, somewhere or somehow, there is something in that contract that he's got that he has to be the face of this football club, and he has to be starting every fucking week. And I am now getting tired of it. I'm getting bored of it. I'm getting sick of it. It is repeating the old recycled news that Marcus Rashford is clearly not good enough. And even Paul Tanner has said in the chat, Amad Diallo should be starting over Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford does not look good on the right. He looks embarrassing. He's clearly not putting the effort in. He's clearly not trying. And again, what also made us suffer in that first half, we started Rashford on the left and Garnacho on the right. And Garnacho doesn't turn up on the right. He's in the same predicament as Marcus Rashford. And that, again, is down to the coaches and Ruud van Nistelrooy for picking that front three. You need to start realising quite quickly, neither of those two are working on the right. They are both left-footed right wingers. Both right-footed left wingers, and you're both starting them on the right, and then you're integrating them midway through the first half. It doesn't work, lads. It's not working because the attack is drying up. There's no goals in that front three because neither of them are comfortable both playing in the same team. One doesn't like it, one does like it. One doesn't like it, one likes it. At the end of the day, Manchester United, you're going to keep digging this hole and getting the shovel, but at the end of the day, you need a right winger. And unfortunately, when you're ignoring Amad over Rashford, which I still don't understand, this is what happens. This is what is happening. The right wing can't do anything when you've got Garnacho on there. And Garnacho wasn't very good today. I thought Garnacho was very lethargic. But when he went back on the left, looked like a completely different player. And that was the problem in the first half. When you started Garnacho on the right wing, completely non-existent. You switch him back to the left, makes a world of difference. But when you put Marcus Rashford on the right wing, it's absolutely incredible how crap he actually is. Man United are a complete fucking denial. It's embarrassing that no one can recognise that that's a problem. If I'm the coach of this club and I'm the manager, I would be looking at this right wing thinking, why the hell are we starting both these right-footed left wingers in the same team? It makes no logical sense. For me, I don't understand that because it's Ruud van Nistelrooy picking the team. Why did he ignore Amad again? There's got to be a reason. I feel sorry for the lad because if you look how long's left on his contract, he's going to end up going in the summer for free. I hope Man United realise how stupid you're going to look. You're going to look stupid because Amad should be given a chance and he's not getting given one because you don't want to pick him. And for me, that's not fair. It's a disgrace. He's got the quality in him to do that right wing position and you're not selecting him. You're not going to pick him. If Amad Diallo leaves this football club on a free, I'm going to be fucking fuming. Because it's not right. There is something going on at that football club that is not correct. And I do blame Ruud van Nistelrooy. He got it so right on Wednesday. And everyone's chanting that we're back, we're back, we're back, we're back. We're not back. It's the same old story all the time. We get in front, we throw it away due to shit, pathetic defending again. It's pathetic how bad our defending is. It's pathetic how many goals we're leaking. We are leaking more than a sieve with holes in. It's embarrassing how leaky we are for goals. It's because our team ain't doing their defensive jobs. They're just standing there like statues. And I can't believe When that Caicedo shot was allowed to happen outside your penalty area, I can't believe the attitude. I can't believe they all just stood there and then let that happen. You lazy, lazy bastards. I can't believe they just allowed that to happen. You can't be allowing that to happen. And then all just standing there looking at each other thinking, why has that been allowed to happen? Why has that situation been allowed to occur? It's because not one of you bloody idiots realises that he's there until it's too little too late. And then you're all questioning each other. What a surprise. We've gone back to being shit after one game. I told you this. I told you Chelsea will create opportunities because they've got better players. They were on us in the last 50 minutes, more than a rash. They kept attacking us. We couldn't get out our own half. We couldn't create any more attacking opportunities. And then what makes me fucking laugh, the substitutions of Agate and Rasmus. Like, what is that about? Like, you've taken off your main goal-scoring striker off for a goal scorer now that's gone 16 games without a goal. You've brought ZIRKZEE on for Rasmus. Why? Why are we using this guy? He's gone 16 games without a goal, and you're now expecting him to start producing against a top club like Chelsea. He's gone 16 games without a goal. His confidence is shot. His morale is on the floor because he isn't scoring any goals for the club. And he's meant to be the answer. And you dragged Rasmus off for ZIRKZEE. That should not be happening in this football club. Why did we sign ZIRKZEE? Can someone just question this? We're taking off Rasmus for ZIRKZEE. What did that do in the second half? And again, the substitutions are getting made way too late again. This is the problem. The team looks knackered in the second half. They don't change the team quick enough. They just allow it to keep roosting and infesting the same crap that we saw for the whole of that second half. Chelsea was so better than us. They deserve a point, but they've robbed it in unproven circumstances, that they've robbed an equaliser through a clear offside and a clear, decision that wasn't given on the field, on the pitch. Like, they've absolutely robbed Manchester United a point. And when we get the penalty and we get the lead through Bruno Fernandes, you think to yourself, that's back-to-back wins here. That's 2 wins from 2 under Ruud. That's great. But all of a sudden, one good result, back down to earth with a bang again. This Man United team ain't consistent enough. And it's the players. It's those fucking players that are going to let you down time and time and time again. I mean, the energy in midfield's atrocious as well. The energy was useless in the midfield. I couldn't believe how lethargic that midfield was today. And again, I can't blame Ruud on that. I blame the lack of midfield options because Eriksen is still injured, Mount is still injured, MAINOO is still injured, and the midfield three that played on Wednesday had to play again today. And again, you need consistency. You need to use that front three so they recognise each other a little bit more, and I get that. But the midfield looked so dead in the second half. It looked so dead. But what really fucked me off was the substitution for Agate, and we put Lindelof at CDM next to Casemiro. I mean, that is laughable. That is absolutely laughable that you've brought Agate off for Lindelof. Like, can someone tell me how thick that makes Manchester United look? We haven't got a new CDM option because we haven't got one. We've got no Eriksen because he's injured. God knows what he's done. Mount and MAINOO was still injured. Oh, here's a light bulb moment. Let's bring Agate off for Lindelof. And let's try Lindelof at CDM next to bloody Casemiro. Like, whose idea was that? The whole team went to pot soon as those 2 substitutions happened. And again, I blame Ruud van Nistelrooy on that. I think the substitutions of Agate and HOJLUND are a joke. They should have been playing 94 minutes today. I'm sorry. If they're both fit enough to do it, they should both be playing 94 minutes. There was no need to make those 2 subs because clearly Lindelof didn't look comfortable. He was absolutely atrocious. The Chelsea forward line were having a field day. When you look at Madueke, was all over our team in that first half. The threat of Cole Palmer, Enzo Fernandez, Pedro Neto, Caicedo, all those 5 are in the same team and they're still creating so many opportunities for Chelsea. because we are bringing on Lindelof for fucking Agate. That is inexcusable. I don't care if Agate's tired. I don't care if we need to freshen the team up. You don't do that. You don't bring a centre-back on for a CDM. That is such idiotic management at the highest level of European and world football. You do not bring on a centre-back for a CDM because Lindelof was at 6s and 7s. You don't do that. You needed another midfielder in that team today. Oh, I forgot we haven't fucking got any. We haven't got any other midfielders because they're all fucking injured. And again, watch Man United get the violin out. Oh, the injuries were a problem. The injuries are costing us. I don't care. I really have got no sympathy for the injuries. These players need to be keeping themselves fit a lot more better than what some of them fucking lazy assholes are. It's embarrassing. You're having to use weak-minded players that Man United were desperate to get rid of in the summer, and now we're using them again. I mean, you might as well keep Lindelof, you might as well keep Maguire, keep Mount, and let it all go wrong again, because that's the way it's going to go down. We haven't got any options at CDM. We're going to have to do something. Agate's on his knees. But Agate on his knees because no one else is stepping up around him to perform. I can't believe the setup, though. The setup's a joke. Like, the formation today is a 4-3-3. But what annoys me, why is Bruno Fernandes the only centre attacking midfielder? Why is he the only forward-minded midfielder starting in that game today? Why is he the only centre midfielder who's an attacking threat? Why are we playing 2 CDMs against Chelsea? Can someone call that out? Why are we starting 2 CDMs against Chelsea? Why are we doing that? Why have we set up like that to park the bus again? Why have we gone back to that? We had the opportunity to either push Casemiro a little bit more forward or Agate, and we decide to play 2 CDMs. That is so weak. That is pathetic. Like, why have we gone with that setup today? Oh, to prevent Chelsea from running at us. We don't need 2 CDMs to do the job in the same game. You need 1. You don't need 2. You could have pushed Agate a bit more forward and put him next to Fernandes, and Casemiro would have done the job. And they could have integrated in the second half and swapped positions. You put Agate back at CDM and push Casemiro a bit more forward. Why was that not in the thinking? Why is that not in the plan? Why did we start Fernandes on his own? He looked out of ideas because he's got no one else next to him being able to do that centre midfield job next to him. Fernandes is doing it on his own. And again, I'm probably, in my view, got a given player of the match for the penalty and for the goal we've scored. But at the end of the day, the midfield battle was lost in the first half because, again, the most opportunities are coming through Bruno Fernandes because he's the most attacking midfielder we've got at the fucking football club because we've got no one else. He needed that support role today. He needed another midfielder next to him to help and get that ball to our attackers a bit more in the second half because it was non-existent. It wasn't there. Fernandes was on his own doing that centre attacking midfield job for the whole 94 fucking minutes. And again, it's not his fault. He's the only midfielder we've got, but he looks lost when he's got no other midfielder next to him. And when you play 2 CDMs, you're basically parking the bus and you're trying to break Chelsea on the counter-attack. And that was the game plan. That was all I saw in my eyes. We tried to break Chelsea on the counter-attack. That was all we did all game. And that wasn't going to work. You're allowing Chelsea to attack us, but we are going to play 2 CDMs and we're going to try and break them on the counter-attack. We've gone back to Ten Hag way again. We've gone back to the 8 days of Erik Ten Hag. Why have we gone back to parking the bus again? Why didn't we go for it like we did against Leicester? Why didn't we see the performance we saw on Wednesday today? Because the opposition between Leicester and Chelsea is fucking non-existent. The levels of Chelsea and Leicester. Chelsea are up here. Fucking Leicester are down here. No wonder we took them apart on Wednesday. That was papering over the cracks on Wednesday night. Massively papering over the cracks. Because it's shit opposition. We will beat them. But against Chelsea, we can't create those opportunities. We can't show the type of performance we did on Wednesday again. We can't do that back to back. But you should be able to. You're fucking playing for Manchester United. Why are we not seeing those levels week in, week out? It's because the players can't be bothered. They can't be asked to try. And again, I don't think outplaying that back four either. Again, there's fucking Chelsea fans moaning that Lisandro Martinez didn't get sent off. Get over it. It's not a red card. Lisandro Martinez went nowhere near Cole Palmer's knee. It was up above his knee. That is not a foul. He's made an absolute meal of it. And Cole Palmer, stop doing that. If you've got the shivers, go and put a jumper or go and put a hoodie on, mate. Because at the end of the day, made an absolute fucking meal of that tackle. And he tried to deliberately get Martinez sent off. It's not a bad tackle. And you've got Gary Lineker. Match of the day. Welcome to Match of the Day. No. We've got Gary Neville on fucking content saying that's a bad tackle, that is. That looks like a red card. VAR in operation, checking possible red card. It's not even a red card. Palmer went looking for that tackle. For me, he put his leg into Martinez's boot. Go back and watch it. Go back and watch it. It's not a red card. Chelsea are shit. Chelsea players are bottlers. Chelsea players don't have the mentality like some others in their squad. But Cole Palmer was looking for that. It's not a red card. He hardly fucking touched him, in my view. It's not a red card. He accidentally put his foot there to try and win the ball. Every player has got the right to win the ball off the opposition player, because otherwise it would be a boring sport. But to go and look at it VAR when it's not a red card is an absolute joke. I'm sorry, that's not a red in my view. It's not a red card. It should never be a red card. And quite frankly, it got overruled. It wasn't a red card. It was just a yellow. It was a fair tackle. He's trying to go to the ball. What was he meant to do? Not try and win the ball back? Like, come on. Like, if you're moaning about that, you are sad. You are really pathetic. If you're going to moan about, well, Martinez should have been given a red card. It's a clear sending off. Cole Palmer makes a meal of it. Makes an absolute meal of it. It's not a red. Get over it and move on. Because I tell you what, that delayed the start. That decision took so fucking long. And you've got then Nicholas Jackson and then Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez walking in like a boss, approaching our players thinking they're fucking world class and everything. Fucking approaching us and fucking moaning and throwing their little toys out their handbags. It's not a red card. Get on with it. He went to win the ball. The tackle wasn't even on his knee. It's above his knee and he hardly fucking touched him. So get over it. It's not a red card. It's a clear tackle. He's trying to win the ball. What's he not meant to do? Just stand and let Cole Palmer rinse past him like a tap? Like, come on. If that's a red card, you don't know football. You don't know football. For me, it's not a red. But again, if we focus on the back four, again, what's preventing us going forward? What is preventing us giving any attacking opportunities? Welcome down to the left-back debate again, where we've got no fucking left-back because we've got Mazraoui at left-back and then Dalot's back at right-back. I bet Dalot's fucking loving it back at right-back. Oh, at least I'm not going to get blamed this week. Oh, at least Mazraoui's now going to take some of the shit off the fans and the supporters because I can't do my job properly. Again, neither of them should be put in that position. Mazraoui is 10 times a better player than Dalot. And Mazraoui, again, I feel embarrassed for him. I feel really embarrassed that he's been put in at left back again. Why are we doing this? I don't care if we've not got a left back. I don't care if Shaw and MALACIA are injured. They're both injury prone. They're both useless and they're mercenaries to this football club. They're injury prone and both need to be shown the door in the summer if Man United have got any balls or guts to actually force their players out. At the end of the day, you shouldn't be putting Mazraoui in that situation. It's not his fault. He's not a left back. He was brought in to be a right back and we're using him at left back. Like, why? Why are we doing this? Oh, because I don't really want to put Dalot at left back today. I don't care. I don't care. We shouldn't be put in that situation. Neither of them really should be starting at left back. But again, that's on Ineos and Manchester United for not signing a fucking left back. And look how slow November's going so far. Look how slow it's going. The January transfer window doesn't open till another 2 months. And we're wondering why we've got no left back. If we had a left back in that team today, oh, I forgot. Why is Harry AMASS not getting any game time? Can I just quote? Who's a left back, by the way? Can I give that a point in talking of a view? You've got Harry AMASS, who is a left back, and we're not using him. Why? Why? Is he not ready? Is he not good enough? Is he not ready for that level of football yet? Isn't he the quality that you want? But at the end of the day, we're all moaning that we need a left back, but there's one clearly on our bench. Snow Sports News, Jim White, yellow tie. Like, we've got a fucking left back on the bench who's getting ignored and not even been given a fucking chance. That's 184 minutes of football this week that Man United have played, and I've not given Harry AMASS a look in. It is an absolute shit show that a young quality player who we are crying for a left back, who is a left back, isn't getting a shot given, not even be given a shout to play. Man United want to prevent that defensive weakness and that defensive quality, defensive leaks. You need to be having a left back at left back because Mazraoui's getting found out by fucking Madueke. Mazraoui should not be put in that situation. If Ruud van Nistelrooy wanted to change anything, you needed to drag DALOT off, get Mazraoui back at right back, and bring Harry AMASS on. But it's like we are so stuck in our ways of picking the same back four. And I don't understand it. Again, you've got a left back on your bench who is absolutely scratching at the opportunity to be given some game time and proving that, you know, this is the left back we need. And to cause a left back problem, which we're shooting ourselves in the foot again for, you need to be starting him. I mean, he could be a real problem solution player to prevent that left back problem being a problem in several other games for the rest of the season. Why is he not being given that opportunity? Why are we sticking to DALOT? DALOT isn't good enough. And Mazraoui is out of form. Mazraoui is not comfortable at left back, but you're putting him in that situation. He was brought in to be the fucking right back. What was the point of signing him? What was the point? And again, for me, if anyone's getting player of the match today, again, I would give it to the two new signings. I'd give it to Ugarte and Mazraoui because at least they're both trying. At least they're both doing the job they've been grafted to do. At least they're actually pulling their weight because the rest of them are lazy bastards who aren't willing to pull their weight. And I feel sorry for Mazraoui for being put in that problem in the first half where Madueke had him in his pocket. Like, he shouldn't have been put in that situation. And again, that's on Ruud van Nistelrooy for picking the team. That team was not good enough to go with today. I'm sorry, it's not. The team looked so unbalanced. The team looked lack of energy. We looked lethargic. We didn't create opportunities for ourselves. We had no goal scoring threat in that old game because our service, there's a lack of service to our striker once again. It's no wonder we don't score goals. No wonder we don't beat this opposition because we don't have goal scorers. We've got wingers who are selfish. We've got Rashford on the right and then Garnacho on the right. And then when they integrate with each other back onto the left. Changes happened way too late. And Ruud van Nistelrooy is turning into Ten Hag. He's not willing to drop Marcus Rashford. He doesn't want to drop DALOT, and I think he's wrong. They're not good enough, mate. They've never been good enough. Never. And all of a sudden, we're going to stick with most of the team that we went with on Wednesday. There was an opportunity there. Massive opportunity. And Man United missed a trick. I'm sorry. If anyone should have been dropped, Rashford and DALOT. Because I think, in my view, again, what's happening here is favouritism FC. I think certain players are being picked because they're favourites. And that's not an okay thing. Because if you're going to keep getting selected as a favourite, the game time you're going to keep getting is going to be immense. And I don't think we all realise that yet. That the amount of game time that Rashford and DALOT are seeing at the moment is a joke. And I just don't think it's right. Because they're not improving our team. Our back four looks so vulnerable when we've got the opposition attacking us. I mean, look how many chances Chelsea had inside our penalty area today. Our defence is a big problem. I mean, our centre-back partnership is fine. The right-back's a problem and the left-back's a major problem, and neither have been fixed. And again, that's on Man United for not investing in the right-back, because Mazraoui should have been put in at right-back, not Diego Dalot. That's on Ruud van Nistelrooy by keep selecting Dalot. He's not good enough. He's never been good enough since we signed him. And people wax lyrical thinking, oh, look how well he's improved. Look how great Diego Dalot is. Completely disagree. He's absolutely dog shit. I'm allowed to say that. It's my view and my opinion. Man United would be way better off without Diego Dalot in their team. I don't care if it hurts his feelings. I don't care if it's personal. At the end of the day, I don't care. I want to be winning these games. We should have won that game. Chelsea were vulnerable, especially in their back four. Their back four is so fucking weak. The amount of chances we create also for ourselves. Look at the chances. That back four were there, so open, so wide apart. Look at the spaces. Look at the gaps they were leaving. Like, it's no wonder Chelsea concede goals. And no wonder Chelsea don't keep a lot of clean sheets. Because their back four is their most vulnerable section in their team. And Man United did not take it today. Manchester United did not take that opportunity. They didn't see that was the big problem. They saw the attack was their big problem in their midfield. I would rather have some of their midfield players, if I'm not going to be really honest with you. I would take Caicedo. I would take Enzo Fernandez. I would take Lavia. Like, honest to God, that's an upgrade on Mount. It's an upgrade on Eriksen. I mean, it's an upgrade on Casemiro. But Man United don't have the depth. Man United do not have the quality and strength. You look at our bench today, which was a joke, by the way. The lack of options on the bench is a joke. And again, people will get their violin out saying, well, the injuries are a problem. Oh, the injuries are costing us. The results are here because of all these players being out. At the end of the day, stop falling for the sympathy that the club want out of you, because you're making yourself look very, very, very weak with a very, very weak mentality. Don't fall for it, because at the end of the day, don't make yourself look weak. Don't make yourself look very, very stupid. Because if you carry on doing it, Man United are going to pull you in and make you become part of the problem, which a lot of the fans and supporters are part of the problem, because a lot of players they want picked are getting picked every week, and I don't think it's benefiting the team. Like, I don't care if we've got injuries and problems in the team. I don't care. We should still be good enough to keep winning, keep going again, keep up the consistency. If you can put 5 past Leicester, why can we only put 1 past Chelsea? It's because the whole team's unbalanced. The whole team dynamic is not there in that squad. There's no togetherness there. One good result, and look what's happened. We're straight back down to earth with a point. And I tell you what, if you're going to celebrate a point, go and support another team, because there's going to be fans out there saying, well, at least we didn't lose the game. At least we got a point. At least we got a result. And it's not exactly all bad in terms of what you're saying or you're thinking. But at the end of the day, we were winning the game. We had the 3 points and we threw it away quite easily due to poor fucking lack of defence and pure lack of defending again. And again, like, I'm going to keep stating this, the defending for that goal is embarrassing. It's quite frankly pathetic how much space, Caicedo's been given. Like, that is inexcusable in my view. I don't think it's fair. I think it's wrong. And I think you shouldn't be leaving that type of quality player on the edge of your box unmarked, who could potentially have a free shot on your goal. And the problem is, because the shot is hit so early and so quick and with so much power and so much pace, it's ended up past Onana quite quickly. But again, I'm going to keep stating, I think the goal should have been ruled out. I think Mudryk is in offside position. I think he's clearly in the eye of the goalkeeper's vision. And I think, for me, the goal should have been ruled out. I think the referee have allowed that goal to stand. I think VAR are a disgrace for not going over to check the goal. And I think if that goal would have got ruled out, I would have been happy with the result, because I think the goal should have been ruled out. But again, it's due to Man United's lack of defence. It's due down to the lack of defending. It's down to players being really, really fucking lazy to do their job. No one closes down Caicedo. No one blocks a shot. No one puts a tackle in. And everyone just stands there like a statue and allows that attacking opportunity to happen. They get a free shot on goal, ends up in the back of the net. Poor defending, poor goalkeeping. Too late of a reaction from Onana to save it. Again, if you're going to give anyone any credentials today, I think it goes to Mazraoui and Agate, because for me, they're the only 2 players that are putting in the consistency. They're the only 2 players that are really giving a shit. And they're the only 2 players, in my view, that are actually performing at the levels they need to be. But the rest of them are letting the side down. The rest of them are very, very lazy. They're lethargic. They're arrogant. Their egos are bigger than what they've ever been. And the players have again gone straight back down to earth with a bump, with a pathetic result. If you're going to celebrate a point, go and watch another team. Go and support someone else, because I'm not celebrating a point. We have thrown it away again. It's time and time again. It's the same old story. We can see too many goals. Our defence is vulnerable. Our back four's weak. We've got a lack of midfield option as for attack. It is completely non-fucking existent again. So I enjoyed this live full-time reaction. Please hit the like button and share button. Please keep subscribing to the channel United Red Devils 20 on YouTube. Share the video. Hit the tweet button. Hit the retweet button. Remember to always remember notification bell. Put the bell on all times you receive dedicated and upcoming brand new content, videos, shorts and live streams we've got planned for all of you amazing people in the last 2 months of 2024 this year in November and December. And then please join me for the UEFA Europa League look ahead for Thursday night, where Manchester United are back in European action at home to PAOK. Again, at Old Trafford on Thursday night. It's an 8 o'clock kickoff on Thursday evening. And yeah, join me for the look ahead for that, probably tomorrow evening, where we're going to talk through how Manchester United should be in for a comfortable night. We should be getting the 3 points Thursday night, but with 3 points from 9 and a point today, nothing's guaranteed, but let's see what happens. So join me for that tomorrow evening, the look ahead between Manchester United and PAOK for the Europa League game on Thursday night. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. Be nice to conscious of. You're all legends. You're all legendary. I'll see you on the next one.